Welcome back to the Champ Demar Tournament, Expert Division, opening round, hole number 16. Here we're going to be sending it to the green with a Zerk, APOC 5 plus. So we're setting up at P5 max extension. What we're going to do is aim at the shadow in the ground. So on the light pole shadow. So if you look at the shadow, of course you can't see it in this picture. If you look at the shadow, it's got the two little circles in the middle of it, right? Little light green spot. That's what I'm aiming at right there. So at max extension, I'm just pointing right at that line. Then release it. And then you're going to need to push this adjustment. The adjustment is P5 minus 50% max numbers. P5 minus 50 max. Do not push up. There's two wind angles that we're looking for here, and a couple of things you need to note. If you're pointing at this tree here, all right, you are in the crosswind. If you are, when you get ready to pull, if you're pulling along this tree, you're in the tailwind. If you're pulling along this tree, you're in the crosswind, right? Things to note about that is going to be the amount of curl you need to use for the shot changes with the different wind angle. Also, one other thing to note, so it's 1.5 topspin as a base, and no side spin. But if you have winds 11 plus mile an hour, then use one right spin. You still use the 1.5 topspin, but you'll add one right spin, and that'll help bring your ball close to the hole without having to change the curl for the higher wind. If your wind is 10.5 or less, then instead of 1.5 topspin, use 2 topspin. So you'll only add side spin if you have high winds 11 plus. Otherwise, it's just 1.5 top, no side. If you have low winds, 10.5 or lower, then it's just 2 topspin, no side spin. All right, and then, like I said, this would be the tailwind. This will be the crosswind. Pay attention to which one you're pulling across, because that's going to change the amount of curl you need. Adjust, no push up. We're going to play full overpower, and then curl as needed for wind angle. So I had lower than 10.5. I used 2 topspin here. This is the curl that you need for the crosswind. So you see the center line. It's kind of basically splitting this triangle in half. Maybe just a little bit right of center. It's not quite, there's a tip up here. It's not quite to that tip. So this is crosswind curl. And if you have the tailwind curl, then you want your center line touching the tip of the triangle, right? So tailwind and then crosswind. Now, obviously, there's different wind strengths and, different wind angles in between those. And if you really want to get cute with this one to try and drop the hole-in-one, there is a chance at a hole-in-one here. You're going to have to add some tweaks yourself for the way you pull, the different wind strengths and wind angles. But you see right there, I'm getting you pretty close. That was maybe a square from going in, and it finishes a square from the cup. So very good opportunity with a little bit of practice and a little bit of tweaking who knows? You might just walk away with a hole in one. So good luck. Hope you guys get the drops. We'll see you on the next one.